Hi everyone, I'm Stephanie and welcome to So Many Things. Today is all about the napkin. I've recently made a bunch of aprons and have a bunch of linen left over. This is the perfect fabric to make some napkins out of. So what I've done is I've cut some 19 by 19 inch squares and we're going to make some beautiful napkins today. I think I also have enough to make a drying cloth, so we may make one of those as well. This is a great thing to use around your home if you've decided to do away with the one-time use napkins. This is also a great gift idea for friends and family, as you can add in maybe a couple wooden spoon or a spatula, tie it up really pretty, and it's perfect for gift giving. I've already done this step, but go ahead and cut out 4 19 by 19 inch squares for your napkins. And the next steps are super simple. Let's get to it. So here I have my square, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give it a good press. For this next step, I do find it helpful if you have a hard surface, so either on your table or on your cutting mat. Lay your napkin flat, and then we're going to take our Wonder Tape and we're going to line the edge of our napkin. You don't have to worry about it going directly into the corner because we will be trimming those later. All I did once I had it down was I removed the paper backing, and now I'm just going to fold it up so that all I'm encasing is that 1/4 inch tape. Now, like I said, I use this for almost anything, pretty much everything. So I've gotten pretty good at folding it over so that it's only encasing the Wonder Tape. Once we've got those folded over and created our first fold on our hem, we need to mark our second hem. So I would like a 1 inch finished hem. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line with my chalk 2 inches from the bottom of my current fold. And I'm going to do that on all 4 sides. Our next step will be ironing this up to this line, creating our final hem. So just fold it up to meet your line and give it a good press. Now for some people this will really bother them that my stripes are not even. Because I'm using scraps and I like the rustic handmade feel, this does not bother me. I think it gives it a lot of character. So I will just keep going with the way it is, but if it is something that bothers you, make sure that when you're cutting, you're being quite exact with cutting down those lines so that you're cutting across a line evenly. Our next step here is we're going to open this up. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit for you so that you can see this step. So here is the corner that we've created, and you can see that there's 2 iron marks in here. One that runs up this way and one that runs this way. What we're going to want to do right now is to fold over our corner so that it is exactly lining up with these 2 lines. And then we're going to press that really, really well. What we're creating here is our stitch line. So to get that beautiful 45 mitered corner, instead of folding it over and then folding this way and having a big bulky corner, we're actually going to open this up and we're going to fold it over right sides together this time. And we're going to sew up this crease that we just created. I'm just going to give this a quick pin so that I can do all 4 of my corners before I take this to the sewing machine. So we're going to open it up. We're going to fold it down so that we turn the square corner into a triangle. And then we're going to press it really, really well. We're going to open it back up, flip it over, and fold it right sides together, making sure that our crease here is touching each other. So I'm on my last corner. And then we're going to give this a stitch. So again, we're just going to, that one's hard to see. We're just going to run the sewing machine down the crease that we created right here. You'll need some scissors or pinking shears, and what we're going to do is we're going to trim this down to about a 1/4 inch seam allowance. Making sure that you're cutting on the right side of your seam. Now, because we've already went to all the work of pre-pressing this, all we have to do is turn our corners and get them poked out really nice. And our napkin should lay almost perfect. So I'm going to just take my iron and repress these seams quickly, just to make sure that they're laying nice and flat. And then I might give them like a couple pins on each side. So our final step for this is to just stitch this down. I suggest using a standard stitch, so about 2.5 millimeters, and just doing about a 1/4 inch, following this inside fold all the way around, and then your napkin is complete. You now have 1 napkin complete. Repeat these steps 3 more times, or as many napkins as you want, and you'll have a completed set. I had enough fabric to create a tea towel. So what I've done is I've just measured my favorite tea towel from my kitchen as far as size-wise that I seem to go to every time. I measured that one out and added 2 inches to that length so that I had enough room to hem it. And we're going to do the same steps that we did for the napkin for our tea towel. This time I'm only wanting a 1/2 inch finished hem. So I'm going to draw my line at 1 inch. So the rule of thumb for this method is whatever your finished hem width will be, you'll double it, and that's where you want to draw your line. We're going to do the same steps for this as we did for our napkin. Fold over, iron, do our corners. I think I also forgot to mention my size. So my current size on this is 20 by 26. I know I mentioned grab your favorite tea towel, but I think they're all relatively close in size. You can also choose to leave the square corners. I just prefer the look of a mitered corner. It just makes it look a little cleaner. So here we'll do our miters again. So if we forgot, this will be a little bit smaller. Fold it over into its corner, give it a good press. I'm just gonna press all 4 and then I'm going to pin. So I'll give these a quick pin, sew them up, and we'll move on to the next step. I'm going to add one more step to this cloth. So I want to be able to hang it up easily. So what I'm going to do is take some of my webbing that I've had left over from the aprons, and because it will drive me nuts if it's not, we will throw this on like this. Actually, let's do 2.5. So all I'm doing is I'm just making sure that my triangle is even on both sides. It doesn't really matter. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to trim this so that it matches the angle of the towel. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tuck it underneath my hem. That way when I sew my hem down, this will be sewn right in with it, and it'll be a nice little accessory to be able to hang the tea towel easily in the kitchen, on a hook, or in a cabinet so that it can dry. I'm just gonna pin this in so it doesn't slide on me. So again, same as on our napkins, 1/4 inch or 1/8 of an inch, as close to the edge as you'd like, all the way around from the inner fold of your hem. With that, our projects are complete. I've had so much fun making these. I actually think that they're going to be the top thing on this year's gift giving list. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and push that notification button. Thanks for sewing with me.